Listen, today, oh, my mac and cheese is boiling in the background. Listen, today we are ranking, oh, my fucking mic fell off. Listen, today we are ranking the main Five Nights at Freddy's games. That doesn't mean the spin-off games. That will be a different video. We are not ranking feet today. Not that we did the other day, if you guys actually read the description, but it doesn't actually sound like any of you did. That's fine. We are ranking the Five Nights at Freddy's main games today. Let's go.
We're going to be talking about the first Five Nights at Freddy's games 1 through 4, then Sister Location, then Pizzeria Simulator, then we're going to be talking about Ultimate Custom Night, Security Breach, along with Ruin, because I feel like that deserves to be spoken about, FNAF VR Help Wanted 1 and 2, as well as the Mimic, even though it's not out yet.
See here our rubric. I will be going off of gameplay, lore, and aesthetic. Let's start. Number 12, obviously the Mimic. That game hasn't come out yet. It's an unknown, we don't know. I'm excited because the designs of the characters in the trailer were really cool. I like how it looks like old-timey kind of Chuck E. Cheese animatronics, and it's the old Fredbear design. And the gameplay looks really nice and like a huge improvement from how Security Breach was done. I'm really looking forward to it. Number 11, kind of the turd of the FNAF family, Five Nights at Freddy's 3. This game, it does have interesting, I guess, lore, but the issue is that the phantoms cannot hurt you. Springtrap, he just walks up to you. There is no real jump scare animation. This game, all in all, is kind of a little dumb. I mean, they find his body, want it for a haunted house, and put him in the abandoned building? Next up, number 10, FNAF 4. While this is a step up from FNAF 3, and it's terrifying as hell, came up with really original designs for these terrifying nightmare versions of the animatronics, you're stuck in the bedroom, and I hate that. I'm bored, I want to leave, there's not a whole pizzeria to look at, and while it's an unpopular opinion, it's down on the list for me. Number 9. While FNAF Ultimate Custom Night is not one of my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's games for the lack of story, I have a lot of friends that love it because a lot of people play this game because they actually like the game mechanics of it all. And what more would someone who loves that than someone who can play Ultimate Custom Night? You get to choose all the parameters, which characters you want, even pick from some unique ones that are only in Custom Night. I think as far as replayability goes, this is a pretty cool game. And I also like how characters like Trash in the game can interrupt. Number 8, Five Nights at Freddy's Ruin. Why is this on the list at all? It's not even really a full game, it's a DLC. Well, Ruin, some people argue, is better than Security Breach. While I kind of disagree with them, I think this is worth mentioning. This is a huge improvement on gameplay and a really interesting twist to the story, as well as I've heard, a bit of an apology to the players for all the bugs that happened when Security Breach first came out. And besides all that, Security Breach has an amazing aesthetic. Imagine it all withered and decrepit, that's Ruin. Number 7, FNAF Sister Location. Holy fuck, this game is hard. Not even like oh, I'll keep playing, I'll get better, my trajectory will grow. No, it's hard. When this game first came out, they had to update it to lower the difficulty because it was too easy, that margin of error, to continuously fuck up. But besides all that, put that all aside, this game, hilarious. When you're going down in the elevator, the jokes with the little name pad, the spell pad, and exotic butters, as well as the lore for this game, through the charts. It is highly entertaining to watch someone else play it. Play it yourself? No, please, God, don't make me. It is so easy to mess up. Crawling through the dark, getting the small little mini-arenas off of you. This game is a pain in the ass. But besides that, the lore and the aesthetic, huge payoff. I highly recommend you never play it, but watch somebody else do so. Coming in at a solid number 6, Five Nights at Freddy's 1. This game, the game that started it all, the characters are iconic, the beginning lore, I don't know if we just acid tripped it, dreamed it up. I don't know if it was originally in the plans, but it's really good. I enjoy the gameplay. I like learning about the patterns of the animatronics. I also think the aesthetic's really cool. It's fun to boop the snoot of Freddy from the poster. And as far as games go, pretty solid. At number 5, we have Help Wanted 2. Now, the older games can't help it, but these newer ones that are 3D and not just JPEGs, they're really good. By default, they're gonna be at the top. This game is hilarious. One of the mini games is working at El Chips, food service, not as painful as real life, still painful. Another one, you are in the daycare and Sun and Moon are watching you while you're at daycare, and you have to finger paint and do arts and crafts. But if you keep messing up, things go wrong. These games are super fun. Hang out with Moon, Sun, hang out with the stupid map bot, just see where it goes. I really like this game, and of course, because it's based off of a mix of Help Wanted 1 and Security Breach, its aesthetic is through the roof. Number 4, honestly, the winner of aesthetic. Honestly, low-key gameplay and lore. Pizzeria Simulator has something for everyone. It has so many mini-games, and the mini-games, they share secret lore. They're very interesting. There's new characters like Lefty and all the scrap versions of the different animatronics that you can meet in the alleyway. And not to mention, Pizzeria Simulator has the best music in the whole series. I listen to it all the time on loop. It's playing right now while you watch this video. I love Pizzeria Simulator.
Hi, please take this map.
At number 3, we have Security Breach. Security Breach is crazy. I feel like this is where the series really levels up. While FNAF VR started it, Security Breach completely changes the gameplay. We are walking around, roaming around, open, free roam. It's very cool, very interesting. The animatronics, they can talk now. Before they could make like sounds, they breathed at you. They full on are talking and appear to be cognizant and intelligent. That is interesting. This is interesting for the lore because it's way in the future. And even to this day, we have a lot of questions, the fans, what does this all mean? Security Breach is kind of the beginning of a new era, I feel like, for the Five Nights at Freddy's games. Okay, forget everything I said earlier. Coming at number 2, we have Five Nights at Freddy's 2. This game is pretty much my favorite game. Forget what the list says. Forget what the scoring says. This game, the gameplay is the best in my opinion, especially of the older games with the game mechanics. You get to put on the mask, you have to flash the flashlight, figure out what each animatronic needs to kind of pacify them, whether that's playing the music box, making sure you're checking with your flashlight down the hallway, looking in the vents. Once you figure out how it functions, you kind of get into the swing of things. This game, I have to say, of the originals, is the most well balanced. And when it comes to aesthetic, I like it. I feel like it's better than number 1. It's a nice improvement. And my favorite animatronic, just based off of design alone, is Toy Bonnie. This is my favorite older Five Nights at Freddy's game. Have you ever shit your pants and then kicked a coffee table? Well, me neither. But coming in at number 1, Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted VR. This game is absolutely terrifying. It takes all of the other games, the best of them really, and remixes them into a VR setting. And what it does really well is puts you in the position of feeling small and frightened. You are short compared to the animatronics. And if you remember that feeling as a child, feeling like everything's tall and scary, this game really does it. Like when you have to fix Bonnie's eyes and rip them out of Bonnie while you're like looking up and cowering at this terrifying being. This game's amazing. And while some people might not like the addition of Vanny and the game hacking stuff, if you just don't think too deeply about it, even though the lore is kind of confusing, I won't lie, this is number 1 on my list. This game goes hard. It's crazy. And not even to mention, the DLCs are super fun. Dreadbear is hilarious. I won't lie, I'm still a little miffed that there's no Showtime button, but you know, I'll take what I can get when it comes to FNAF. This is my number 1. Suck it.